Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cult Classic Podcast. Cameron Jones here with my co-host,
Mark Nussle.
Jordan Jones.
We're coming back to you with another 90s film. We do tend to stick in that pocket just because, it's nostalgic and nice for us and hopefully for you too out there. But we're going to be doing the 1994 film, Airheads. Chazz, Pip, and Rex are determined to have their band's demo tape played on the air. Out of desperation, they sneak into a Los Angeles radio station, but when the manager meets them with hostility, they resort to threatening him with realistic-looking water pistols. Soon the situation escalates, and the none-too-bright rockers get in over their heads.
Starring Brendan Fraser, Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Judd Nelson, Michael McKean.
This is one of those fun movies where it doesn't really seem like this group would work together as like a good cohesive gang, but it really does play together well.
Airheads. What if Wayne's World met Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead?
Another one of those stories where everyone just needs that one shot to make it big, and of course they do.
The Lone Rangers have heavy metal dreams and a single demo tape that can't get anyone to play. The solution? Hijack an AM rock station and hold the DJs hostage until they agree to broadcast the band's tape.
Airheads.
Airheads, 1994, I believe.
Sure
Correct
is.
me if I'm wrong there. Directed by Michael Lehmann. He also directed Heathers and quite a bit of TV stuff he's directed. He did a handful of Californication, True Blood. A lot of just kind of here and there stuff.
I dipped into a little bit of Californication and I liked it. And Heathers is a cult classic that we'll probably eventually get to.
Hudson Hawk comes up too. I haven't seen that though.
I don't know that one.
Michael Lehmann. Written by Rich Wilkes. He also wrote Vin Diesel's Triple X.
Oh, cool. Did he do the sequel?
No. Didn't invite him back.
Oh, what a shame. A shame.
Richie
On a
did.
side note, I caught a little bit of Fast 9. Really got away from the last time I saw it.
Oh, yeah. They've changed.
Was that just Fast and the Furious?
I think I've seen 1, 2, and a little Tokyo Drift, but Tyrese was in space with Ludacris in a car.
Yeah, that happened.
So I'm not even joking. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah,
all right, continue.
Oh, fuck. Starring Brendan Fraser, plays Chazz.
This seems early in his work, kind of, right? Where are we at here?
We're right around George of the Jungle.
Are we? Beautiful.
We're right
we're
before
right
he's
there.
like a true leading man in Hollywood, which is obviously The Mummy, whatever. Mm-hmm. But he was kind of in this Encino Man, George of the Jungle era.
Is this our third or fourth Fraser?
We definitely
We
did
did
The
Blast
Mummy.
from the Past. We did The Mummy.
It's our third.
Third.
And if you're playing along at home, you're like, oh, they're definitely going to do Airheads, right? Yes, we are. That's the one we picked.
Steve Buscemi plays Rex. I just watched Fargo not too recently.
He might have come up for the first time in The Big Lebowski, but I can't even remember. You can go back and see
That's
that
right.
episode.
Con Air.
Yeah, he's popped up in a decent. He's actually probably up there as someone who's been in a lot of our movies
Armageddon
as well.
Do you know the absolutely absurd thing? 1 year before this movie came out, he was in Pulp Fiction. And then he's in this movie. It's the character actor. You get the roles you can, especially at that point in your career.
He really is always been all over the place in just great movies and terrible ones.
And Jordan, you said something earlier that he just still looks 40, even though it's early in his career-ish.
Yeah, it's weird. Someone like him, actually, since they have such a distinct look, ages really well because he's probably now 60. He kind of looks like that still.
True.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different age as well.
Yeah.
He just has always been 40.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler plays Pip.
This is early in his career, I believe, before like the Happy Madison, Billy Madison.
Yeah,
stuff, right?
1 year later, Billy Madison comes out. So that,
Is this like was this like his first role?
It might have been, or first.
He was in a
major,
movie
maybe.
called. I think he made a cameo in The Coneheads. When he was on SNL, he had a movie with one of the Wayans brothers called Overboard or Going Overboard. That might have been straight to video. This, and then I think.
Oh yeah, he had a handful of stuff.
He becomes the Sandman.
The Cosby Show. Interesting.
Ah.
Oh yeah, that's where I think he got his early
Plays
start.
Smitty on the Cosby Show. What the fuck? Did not know that. Chris Farley plays one of the cops, Wilson.
Kind of just a fun cameo. Friends making a movie. It feels like that vibe. Kind of like how he'll be in some
not
more
a huge role.
Sandman things, you know?
Yep. Michael McKean plays Milo Jackson, sort of the head of the radio station.
I think we can say safely that this podcast is a fan of Michael McKean because this is our maybe fourth his movie.
Who can even say? You know, we
did Spinal Tap. We did Clue. Did we do A Mighty Wind?
Not yet, but
we haven't
should
done that. But
someday.
didn't he show up in one more thing?
I think so. He's shown up probably in like 4 more things we're forgetting. He's shown up a lot.
And way too many of Cameron's recastings.
And I'm going to go ahead and throw him my favorite role, Clue. Love him in Clue.
Clue's
Yeah, I think that's his best.
I had
Although
to stop her screaming.
I don't know. It might be Spinal Tap for me. He's pretty funny in that movie.
I mean, that's true. That's a classic. But you know who he is. We've talked about him a bunch. And if you don't know, go back and listen to our work and, we'll talk about him.
What might call a cult classic.
Judd Nelson plays Jimmy Wing.
I think it's the first time he's popped up for sure. I mean, Breakfast Club. Kind of your
we haven't done
80s
Breakfast
John
Club.
Hughes movies.
He's a bad actor.
He's a bad actor. It's one of my first notes in the movie, but we'll get to it.
Bad actor. Ernie Hudson plays O'Malley, another one of the cops. He's in Ghostbusters.
Winston. He's Winston from Ghostbusters.
Yep.
It's a Ghostbusters 2 reference.
Nice.
David Arquette is also in
Guys,
the film.
Oh, yeah.
That surprised the shit out of me.
Me too, actually.
And I've seen this movie.
Me too. I was like, oh, wow, I guess he snuck in here too, huh? I love his role. It's funny.
Yeah. He's only 3 years away from starring in Scream.
Perfect.
And about
that's right.
8 years away from starring in Eight-Legged Freaks.
That's right.
And then, I don't know, 20 years from starring in Scream again.
Scream again.
The newest Scream.
Michael Richards plays Doug Beach, sort of the unrecognizable Kramer, if you will.
Honestly, it's a pretty funny role of his. He's canceled.
Yeah, it's a
he
good
fucked up his career, but that role's funny.
Yeah, he's really funny. And he's such a good
Physical act. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is.
I mean, I don't even know what the point of his role is, but he really takes it and runs. Yeah, we'll get to him. Or we just got to him. We liked it.
There it was.
We don't approve of his off-the-field stuff. We didn't pick this movie for him.
I mean, obviously Kramer, Seinfeld we mentioned, but that's all I can think of.
And then Alan Covert plays like one of the cops who he's in it for like just a second, but he's Grandma's boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Adam Sandler's friend who you always see in the
Yeah.
Happy Madison productions. He's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cop at the very beginning when Adam Sandler's trying to sneak out. That's like keeping pace with him. Fun cameo from him.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't be sure if this is how they met, but this is probably how he met Steve Buscemi. And the Sandman seems loyal to his crew, and he'll put him in
Farley.
any movie. Yeah.
And Joe Montana plays Ian.
You're gonna know him from.
I mean, you know him
Just
for
a
sure from
second.
The Simpsons. He's the voice of Fat Tony. So you know his voice work. I'm not sure off the top
He
of
still
my
has
head.
a really recognizable face, though.
Yeah, he really does. And I kind of forget what I know him from, but I
It
just
says here The Godfather Part 3, Baby's Day Out. I don't know why I recognize him so well, though.
You know what action show I know him most for? It's Three Amigos. He's like the studio head boss that fires them all
Oh yeah.
and like steals their clothes. That's what I remember him from always. And in Waterboy, when they're like Joe Montana, and he's like great actor. He's like Joe Montana, the quarterback, you idiot. And then I got
Again,
it.
another
I was
shout out to
thinking-
people he started with and friends. This one's actually a fairly tight cast, so you guys want to move it on to Unverified.
Sure.
Welcome to Unverified, and welcome to the Cult Classic Movie Phone. It's August 5th, 1994, and currently in theaters, you could have seen Clear and Present Danger with Harrison Ford. The Little Rascal movie. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
In the Army Now with Pauly Shore and Andy Dick.
I've seen that too many times.
I got a pickle. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. Hey, 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 hey.
The next Karate Kid, so the Hilary Swank one, the reboot.
Nice.
And cult classic movie that we'll eventually get to, probably Natural Born Killers. All of these were in theaters, but you chose to see Airheads. What do you guys have for facts on this? I didn't find a ton.
I'm reading it. It's the final film to use the 1980s 20th Century Fox logo.
Oh, nice. I always like those fun, like, intro. Well, usually it's like a change-up logo where they do something fun with it, but...
They started the CGI logo, made its debut in The Scout, another film featuring Brendan Fraser.
Just to throw this out right after the movie phone, you chose to see Airheads, but you probably didn't because it had a budget of $11.2 million and made domestically $5.8 million.
Ooh, sounds about
damn. I did. I mean, I was young. It was 4, so I mean, I definitely saw this on TBS and TNT a bunch.
This was my first watch. I didn't even really know about the movie.
I watched it a lot as a kid, but like I haven't seen it in years, really. This is a weird fact, kind of. So, Mark, you know the band Cannibal Corpse?
Yeah.
They're a heavy metal band known for having like really gory graphic lyrics that are disturbing. So the death metal band Cannibal Corpse was originally set to play in the movie, but when the producers found out that they already played Cannibal Corpse in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, because apparently they were Jim Carrey's favorite band at the time in '94, the producers switched and opted for White Zombie, who was Rob Zombie before Rob Zombie.
I saw Cannibal Corpse at the Picador in Iowa City when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. No, I was probably freshman or sophomore in high school.
How was that?
I saw them with they've got a really the band starts with an A.
Atreyu.
No, Screamo band.
Asking Alexandria.
You're close.
Alisana. Got there.
Alisana.
Thank you.
And a day to remember, like before they like were huge.
I hope that little conversation you guys had, somebody's at home listening. Alisana! Please say Alisana!
No one is yelling that. No one's yelling that except for the guitar player for Alisana right now. please say it.
I remember that.
Do you think the guitar player for Alisana listens to our podcast?
I think he does.
Why not? They might like cult classic movies or our take on movies. Okay, I've got a little cameo that I actually think is fun from this. Yeah. When the radio DJ's taking calls and it sounds like Beavis and Butthead called in to make fun of him.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing it was
Mike Judge who voiced Beavis and Butthead and created it actually doing the voice. So that's kind of fun.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Mike Judge. This is not exactly a cameo, but so when the gang, Rex and Pip and then Susie are collecting the CDs in the or to play on air, there's a poster of Spinal Tap in the background, which obviously stars Michael McKean. He's playing Milo in this movie. Little Easter egg for you.
There's someone, let me look it up. There's the guy who's like, I masturbated when they're like going through like they weren't cool in high school or whatever.
Yeah.
The masturbation guy is somebody.
I forget who that is. I know Lemmy's in the crowd, and they mentioned like Lemmy.
From Motorhead.
He's the guy that says like I was school yearbook editor is the one.
Yeah.
I masturbated constantly is somebody, and I forget who it is. I don't have that written down.
I'm gonna look it up quick. Talk amongst yourselves.
I do have this one. Rebel Radio was loosely based off of KNAC 105.5 Pure Rock, which went off the air 6 months after this movie and it didn't go to easy listening. Where'd it go? It went to a Spanish language station instead, but it was loosely based off of this classic rock station in the area, switching. You
guys remember our rock station?
Rock 108?
Rock 108.
Which I believe came in clearly for me on 107.9.
It was 107.9 for everybody.
Okay, just checking.
Okay,
Stuttering John from the Howard Stern Show is billed in the credits as the masturbating rocker.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, so okay. I've never been a big Stern guy, but just one of the, I'm guessing, comedians he has like on in-house with him. Okay, that's fun.
I think it's just a guy that works there that they make fun of because he stutters.
That would make sense, hence the name.
But probably makes a shit ton of
facts.
The Lone Rangers hit single "Degenerated" is actually a song by 1980s punk group, Reagan Youth.
Jordan, you got anything?
No, I told you that Beavis and Butthead one, right?
Yep, you nailed it.
Okay. You're welcome. Audios first.
There weren't a ton of facts out here for this one, and it's probably because it was a movie with a low budget that not many people saw in theaters.
There's some inside baseball, like metal stuff, like when addressing the crowd of rockers, Chazz declares, "They've got the guns, we've got the numbers." It's a line from The Doors. It's a line from the Doors song.
I did see a little bit of that too. Like a lot of it is just kind of the stuff they say is sometimes referencing like song or lyric or like band.
Yeah,
but like apart from that, there's nothing like too interesting actually like filmmaking wise into this one. So if anyone knows anything out there, write us in at cultclassics@gmail.com, or better yet, just write it on the movie poster and social media. But we're going to move on to questions.
comments,
animosities.
Questions, comments, animosity.
Questions, comments, animosities. I watched this actually a few times, but I watched it with Jordan, and we both made the same comment. Brendan Fraser looks odd on that motorcycle. I don't know if it's that he's too big or just something. He looked like a caveman.
Unnatural.
Yeah, and granted, he has like long hair, but something was real weird and hunchy about it. And that's a just weird thing I noticed. Had to say it.
It looked like a decent sized motorcycle. He looked big and extra goofy. And he's a goofy guy, I get, but it didn't look right. I didn't trust it.
It didn't go for the cool vibe I think they wanted to come across. Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about his hair too. In George of the Jungle, it doesn't really throw me off as much. He kind of looks sort of like Fabio.
Let's talk about the hair here. We're thinking full wig. I'm guessing it's obviously not that long. Extensions, like he had long hair around this.
There's
time.
dead ends. There's something wrong with it.
I think
not
it's
healthy.
I think it's a wig on Fraser, but I think Steve Buscemi's is real.
I could believe that.
What's crazy to me is he looks less weird with long hair. I like him better with long hair. He looks.
I know. I wish it could go
wonky
back.
eyes, less wonky.
I'm kind of a fan of it too. And weirdly though, Adam Sandler had hair and wore a bald cap for this.
Really?
Oh, really?
No, that's not true. No, of course.
I was
he
gonna be
did.
like,
No, why
I
would
thought
he
he
do
did.
that?
He did have an earring though, and I think
Yeah,
he rocked an earring
was
in real
real
life.
cool.
Or am I past being able to pull off an earring? Not pull off, but just have one and it's fine. Or am I just too old and I never had an earring?
As long as you're not just doing the one dangly feather kind of vibe you want to do, like you're
I really
want
wanna do that. Yeah,
you're
I'd
going
love
for
to
like
do
a
that.
Johnny Depp Aerosmith thing. And I think if you just have some tasteful small earrings, you're fine.
I'm now going to the
Big scarf.
more
Lot of
like
bracelets.
more like beaded necklaces.
Yeah, whatever. It would help if you had accoutrement to help like sell the look.
No, I'm
Sandler did
saying-
have a puka shell. You guys ever do puka shells?
Oh, big
Everyone
time.
did. Everyone had a
I have
puka
school
shell.
pictures with a puka shell on.
Hell yeah.
I got some new ones because my fiance went to Hawaii a few months ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what did suck about puka shell necklaces?
Not a
really
damn thing.
tugged
Catching
it,
in your
tugged it at the neck hair.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really
Really got
what,
a hold of you.
What were you saying before we got you off track on the puka shells?
Oh, I think I was gonna say, can I pull off an earring? But think more Harrison Ford now as a 80-year-old man. Just the thin loop gold.
I think you just gave yourself the answer there.
I think I'd have to get divorced now. Just like Rick and Morty. Like what's the dad's name?
Jerry.
Just real Jerry vibes.
Okay.
Okay, back to this
taking up-
movie.
Yeah, sorry.
So just animosity, just like I get it. They're supposed to be stupid, but just ambushing a record label, that's never going to work. I mean, let's take this to Brink skateboarding, just trying to force their skating tape on someone. Just forcing your material on people is never going to work, and I hate when that's a plot in movies.
No, I kind of liked it. No, I kind of liked this idea. I think we should maybe implement this in our own band.
You're saying we should storm some headquarters and start just putting our material in people's faces.
That's
no,
right,
Mark's,
that's right.
Mark is actually 100% like storm radio station still. He wants you guys to get a hit on
the radio. Yeah, I'm going to WGN.
I don't know. I don't know a single radio
station.
station other than like a college radio station that might have any say on what goes on the air. I'm pretty sure like
I only
think,
know
like,
Rock 108, turns out.
I think the whole plot of that movie did happen, and it's all a conglomerate of the same station playing the same shit everywhere now.
Should we
think
just
that happened?
Should we just jinx it? 1, 2, 3. Favorite radio DJ. 1, 2, 3. Delilah.
Oh sure. I was
No?
about to say the only one I could think of is Howard Stern and Delilah.
I was going to say Salty and Swan or whatever their fucking name was.
Salty.
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh yeah.
Salty and Swan.
Mad
do-
Cow in the morning. We got some of that radio.
I
DJ
do.
going on. We
Is
got a
Schulte
lot.
and Swan still a thing? I haven't listened to them forever.
102.9, right?
So this movie is forgettable and people don't like it and probably even know what it is. Like many people are in Mark's boat in this one. I like this movie and I think it's funny and it plays okay.
I think I missed it as a kid. I think if I would have caught it with the Tommy Boys and the Water Boys and the other boy, like I would have liked it. I don't know.
Here's where I think you can get new viewers though, because it does have Buscemi, it does have Adam Sandler, it does have the Fraser, it has character actors that people want to see. And we mentioned this earlier, but I do want to bring it up now. Just a comment. It is kind of like a weird group together, like Fraser, Sandler, Buscemi. It doesn't seem like they would really all mix together, but they really kind of do. It works for me. What do you guys think?
Well, do you know what they all have in common? They all are willing to play silly and goofy. Even Buscemi, he's willing to do whatever pretty much. So it all worked. And then you've got the side characters like McKean. He'll pretty much, I mean, he goes for it in
silly.
weird roles. The guy that I can't think of his name.
Montana?
Montana. I mean, like, it's not like he's making A-list movies, but all these guys, the three main ones, they're all in a weird way leading men in their own right in different roles. Even Buscemi,
true. That's
he gets
true.
to be a leading man sometimes.
It's weird to see.
Boardwalk
It's weird to
Empire.
see Sandler sort of out of. Well, I get it before his like sort of the peak of his career.
His empire.
Yeah, it's just weird to see him sort of in like more of like a timid, less goofy dad role. I don't know.
Yeah.
He looks like was he like a heartthrob like back in the? Because he's got a set of abs on him. He was wearing a crop top and.
Well, in this comedic movie, he was playing sort of the cute heartthrob one.
True.
Yeah.
But he kind of did that on SNL too when he was young.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, this was kind of before he kind of had his established acting. I mean, he kind of has his set of characters, but this was before he was him, kind of.
Right.
You're talking to like, I think our whole generation are huge fans of Adam Sandler. But the older I get and the further I get from it, I cannot believe his career.
It is
and
crazy.
I love him. I don't get it at all.
I was thinking about this earlier today,
Go
just
on.
with like The Rock. When
I just can't believe that he became this big of a star with just going, "Hoo, hoo," and I love it. We all love it, right?
I do hate getting asked this question as a band, and granted, you have to describe it. When people are like, "Describe your sound," who do you sound like?
Oh,
I
that's
do
funny,
hate.
yeah.
I do hate that.
But
The
don't
sort
you
of, like,
love
pop fusion?
I do like their answer all the time when they're like, "What is it?" It's like grudge. Like, what did they say? It's like sludge metal. What did they say? Shit.
I like how
sludge
they're
pop.
like it's a sludge metal, but it's not that. It's like this, but with a little bit of that.
Because that's exactly what the answer always is. Like, well, we're kind of like this, but for us, it's always like a broad, like, well, you know, Green Day and Blink-182, we're like that.
I always do
but we're
an
not like that.
over-encompassing like alternative rock. I'm like, okay, cool. Imagine Dragons, like it.
Radioactive, solid.
Solid.
That's us. That's us, all right.
I guess hindsight with this movie, it's sad that their genre of music that they're portraying is they're at the crest. It's over. It's about to be grunge. It's not even going to exist in 1995. It might not have existed in 1994.
That's true. Really, everything they were fighting against did happen, and it's all over, Jordan.
I think that Chris Farley is great with his duo with Spade. But I love him in this little side role. Just give him a cameo and let him roll with it.
His quick head jerk, like just physical reactions are hilarious. Like him just like looking over and running across the parking lot for like for not even a line, just for someone to speak to him is hilarious.
Cameron and I watched this a couple weeks ago, and we're like, "Hey, we got a movie podcast. You want to talk about it?" So that's why we're doing it, and we like the movie. But before I saw Chris Farley in his cameo, I'm like, you know who I'm gonna cast? We gotta get Chris Farley in this movie, and then he was. Then he just was. Like, they were ahead of it. So that takes away my recasting for the Chris Farley type.
Sure was. So this is like a small animosity. Well, no, it's a big animosity. I get that they're all supposed to be stupid, but it takes Brendan Fraser a really long time to remember that there's a copy of the tape out there that exists. Like, he knows that there are other forms of it. Why don't they try to acquire those? Like, that should be the number one demand.
The tape that was my biggest animosity was the other tape.
Yeah, you should be getting the record. You should be getting the tape. Your demand should be like, we need all that music here immediately. That's like
Now this is the
common
one
sense.
that the girlfriend Kayla threw out of the car, right?
Right.
Yes.
It's not going to survive just sitting in the middle of the road.
No, and she's not going to find that again. You're not going to remember exactly where you threw it.
That right there is my biggest animosity. That tape's not getting found.
No, she's never going to find that again.
No.
That's the only real animosity I have with the movie. I'm like, that's dumb even for this.
I'll say another one. The fact that they leave the building was crazy to me. After they already have hostages, all the times they're running out and they're just being like, rock and roll, we got all kinds of beer in here, man. Like them sticking their
Free
heads
tickets.
out. They would get capped. They would get capped so quick. They would get
boom.
shot.
In this day and age, yeah, but in the 90s, I don't know. We were a little more fun.
Fun.
We were a little more fun. We were a little more innocent back then, I think.
We used to draw out those hostage situations a little longer, see how they played out.
I mean, we used to have movies like The Negotiator where you negotiated with these people and then eventually you killed them or you arrested them at the end, Now it's different.
And like, well, adding on top of that, kind of like a harsh news broadcast for an ongoing hostage situation with them being like a washed up band full of idiots is in there taking, like, they are just dragging them apart. They're watching that. They have hostages in there. What are they doing?
There was a lot of dead air, too, at the beginning of the hostage situation. Before they realized they could start playing music and whatever they wanted to do. Like,
Oh, imagine listening to that
awkward
station.
hour. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Everybody, listen, that's a good way to stop work, too. Be like, hey, I think there's a live
Yeah.
hostage situation
Yeah.
going on right now.
I'm sitting in my car like for 30 minutes before I go in.
Like you're gonna be like, I'm just listening to this now. This is what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna listen to this. Like
Well,
I don't
you
want to
don't
hear
care?
some. I don't want to hear someone get murdered.
Are you showing up at the
radio.
parking lot?
No, no.
You don't know how to party, man.
I didn't show up to Obama's inauguration speech in Grant Park. I'm not going to the parking lot.
That's fair. For a bunch of
Like-
armed dumbasses.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like I should have gone to that. It's just like I don't like the crowds. And again,
You're an urban hermit.
I'm an urban hermit. Check out our Urban Hermit podcast. Have we ever brought that up here?
Bunch.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
We have on this one? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, on everything. So the little animosity, but just comment. Their reasoning for like deducing that Milo is switching the station is kind of stupid. I mean, the whole thing is they go in there and Ian's like, wait a minute, Milo doesn't like CDs. Why are there CDs in his office? He works at a radio station. It should probably have a bunch of music and merch and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Also, why didn't he just lie? Why be honest then? Just
Oh,
right-
I'm giving away this stuff for another radio station. We're slinging other merch. And number two, why have it in the office? I mean, there's a lot of just ways to get around it, but like, I hate Ian's, Milo doesn't like music. Why does Milo have CDs in his radio station office?
And
Bothers
he
me.
must like music in some capacity.
He likes
just not
money.
the same
He's just
music.
a businessman. He's a suit Jordan.
But he wasn't even like for sure gonna stay on, it seemed like, you know what I mean? He was still trying to get his job at the end of it to stay on as like the
Who, Ian?
guy with the ponytail.
Oh, yeah, Milo.
Yeah, Milo, it didn't seem like necessarily he was gonna stay on as like station manager.
It seems like he was the only one staying on, you know?
Although I have heard like Jimmy Kimmel in interviews when he used to work in radio, he's like, I've gotten fired like 4 times when the radio station just went another direction. They just fire everybody.
Yeah, I have
So I
heard
think
that.
that is pretty accurate. I don't know
now.
who listens to radio now though. Why
Me,
would you?
on the commute, because there's a minute where my connection to my iPhone can like cuts out around the Sox Stadium, and I have just like 5 to 10 minutes of Chicago radio.
That's why you always come in singing Katy Perry.
Honestly, yeah, it's why there's like today's hits of like the same shit stuck. Yeah, that's 100% it. Animosity, hate the nipple tear, bothers me.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Oh,
like it's
yeah.
like anything with fingernails. Nipple tears is tough. That's tough.
Don't like it. I love Chris Farley in this movie. Everything he does is funny, but that nipple tear bothers me.
It's the worst part of the movie, actually. Yeah.
You don't recover
agree.
from that. I don't think.
Your nipple's gone.
Yeah,
think, right?
I mean, you could maybe put it back.
Well, like I mean, like your nipple's still there,
Yeah,
but
if you have it.
the little tippy part's gone, right? Like, that's not coming
well,
back.
that's
You
well,
don't get that
if you
back.
glue that back on, just super.
What's the tip of your nipple called? I don't know the name. I know an areola's in there somewhere.
I believe it is the nipple. Is it not
The
just
nipple.
the
Oh,
nipple?
yeah,
Oh, then your nipple's gone. You got the areola, but that nipple's not coming back. It might self heal.
I think it
Yeah,
tears
I
at
don't
the
think it's a
areola.
lizard tail. I don't think it's coming back.
Yeah.
It's not an inchworm.
You got to reattach that.
Your tongue grows back, right?
No, it doesn't. Question.
Like if you bite a hole in your tongue, it just self heals.
Yeah, but if you cut the tip off, that's not coming back.
No, tip. Yeah,
You can't just go around spreading lies about that.
Yeah,
Like it'll fuse
Yeah.
back together, yeah. But like,
listen,
if you punch a
kiddos or
hole in
adults. I assume nobody's taking us at our word at this point, right?
it, that's not what. Judging by our reviews, no.
We'd love to hear from you. Keep writing, review, like, subscribe, and share. You know what I mean. And check
question.
out Urban Hermit.
What are your listed demands if you're in that radio station? And you probably know it's going to end in a shootout.
I guess.
Not a football helmet full of cottage cheese.
No. I mean, it's a funny thing, but like, I do want things I'm going to get some use of. I'd like a bunch of weed. I'd like a couple 1-pound bags of Skittles. I'd like a Toblerone.
I need you to know they're not going to give you weed. They'll
I
give you
would
the
like you
Toblerone.
to. Oh, you're going to break in the evidence locker. I have a hostage situation here, Mark. I would like you to find the extra copies of my music immediately because I would like to air that before I exit and you riddle me
That's
with
the whole thing.
bullets. I'd like a guarantee that our music will be placed into things so I can get some royalties posthumously for a while, help out the family. What do you guys get?
MTV's The Challenge. Like we've got to be on MTV's The Challenge.
Oh, that'd be great. And if we survive actually being on MTV's The Challenge.
The Challenge.
No,
I
that'd
really
be terrible.
want to
It's
meet
way,
CT.
it's way
No,
too
we're not
physical.
in enough shape. Are we making demands for 1994 or 2022?
Whatever you want. What do you want to do? What are your demands?
In 1994, it'd be a lot of things like I'd love like a copy of Indiana Jones or something. Stuff that was probably just harder to get back then.
I want a Sega Dreamcast.
There
I
would
want a
definitely have
holographic Charizard card.
At the time, I definitely would have wanted a trampoline. That would
you guys would have 100% requested some type of instrument that you don't.
Okay, I got my 1994 list of demands. I was 4 at the time in August. I want one of those electric cars with the pedals that you can go in the yard. I want a trampoline.
Red rifle BB gun.
I don't need that. I want a trampoline. I want a magic kit, but like a good one. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Really, anything that you can get like awarded like at the end of Legends of the Hidden Temples, some sort of Panasonic.
Oh yeah,
perfect.
You
yeah.
want an inflatable couch? Anything you can win.
32-inch TV.
Oh, you're actually right. I want
sure.
rollerblades for sure with all the gear, the helmet.
You would definitely in 1994 want like a portable CD player with headphones, like a like 100%. I would have done, and this is why I think in a nutshell, and we're talking 1994-year-old ourselves. This is why Make-A-Wish Foundation's so stupid, because I would have been like, I'd want to spend a whole day with Andre Woolridge, the point guard for the Iowa basketball team, like stupid shit like that. It's like, oh, why would you want that at all?
And it turns out that college student was still like, oh no,
I'm good. I don't know.
I got class.
They're asking for me. A Tamagotchi, and then you guys were like, ooh, and I'm like, yeah. No.
Yeah, I definitely would have had whatever would have been the main video game system. So I guess like a Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, yeah, probably.
Or 64. I probably would have been like, can I see a girl's boobs? Like a grown woman's boobs? Like, can I get that? Like, that's what I would have been holding up hostage.
And if you recall, you probably could have, because they got B. Arthur Toplet. They got B. Arthur Nude in it.
That's true. Yeah,
Is that B. Arthur?
That.
Very nice.
A lot of pulled pork sandwiches, just tons of them.
Ooh, nice.
Like 24 inches of. I'm just like, this is the type of
The party sub of pulled pork.
Yeah, but like, because those are the things like I wanted as a kid, but I wasn't getting.
Yeah,
so if I would have put myself as a 35-year-old man, then I just immunity from this situation.
Vortex, like the Vortex John Elway Nerf ball.
Oh yeah, like
that sounds great. All that Nerf shit. Water gun, definitely a good super soaker.
What would you want now, though? What would you want now? Just give me one thing you'd want now.
A lot of recording gear, maybe a better car, a house. I'd like some property.
Cameron's like financial security.
Yeah, like I mean, like adult shit. I'd like to be taken seriously.
401k.
401k that can roll over. Just something nice.
Back to the movie. Just comment. Ian's going to jail. That DJ incited a riot outside when he's like, are you going to listen to these assholes storm the stage? Can't do that. That's inciting a riot.
You can't say fire in a movie theater. You can't do that.
Yeah, he's going to jail with them. I don't know how he's making those deals.
The charges they say at the end, it's only just, it's like theft.
Oh,
arson.
Also,
they just make things. I'm like, they're going to jail for way longer.
I think he'd get a pass because, like, he was a hostage.
Just again, comment, but so many cops would have taken a shot when they were up on the stage. The hostages were gone. Like, they were so, like, at that point, there was no one being held hostage. There was no reason to give them all that. As soon as they got outside, take them.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
There was no reason to keep the charade going anymore, and especially when they jump in the crowd. Swarm them.
Yeah, it would have gone worse.
Yeah, a lot worse.
I do like this movie, though. I just want to say, if you haven't seen it, do you got to watch it?
Nah.
Maybe.
It's fun just to get some early work from some of those actors. There are some problematic things, I will say. Animosity, just some like weird, they say there's weird misogynistic and homophobic things, but it's a 90s movie, and it's hard to find a 90s movie without some some shade in it, some bad, just things that aged poorly. So, I mean, you'll have to look aside that, but don't you always with a 90s movie now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's any more egregious than any other comedy of its time, though.
I will say it is a little shocking how quickly Chester just turns on his girlfriend to be like, dumb bitch. Like, when she does so much for him, and then he immediately is like, get out of here. You're ruining the vibe.
He's a real bad boyfriend.
Yeah, he's a really shitty boyfriend, Chester.
Really, really, really bad boyfriend.
On the other hand,
not that bad.
Fairly abusive. Not that bad. No, she headbutted the guy. She got
physical real quick. That's true.
Yeah.
It's all around problematic.
She threw hands. I don't think that they're going to make it past this.
She called him a butt.
Yeah. What's the rating on this? It must be PG-13, but
I'm guessing PG-13. We don't see anything, and they don't swear much.
No, I don't remember the swearing.
So here's where I have the note, but comment, Judd Nelson is a really bad actor. B. Arthur. Wait, B. Arthur. Nice. Everything he says is. It feels. It's going to ruin my recasting, but I'll get to it in a finer point later.
To compare it,
Wait,
it's
who's
like
Judd Nelson playing this movie?
He's the agent.
yeah, he's like the record
He's the
agent
record agent.
that comes in like towards the end.
Oh,
where,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
said
They
no
swarm
to
him
us
at the
a couple of
beginning.
them. He's almost got it's like Shatner light.
I kind of get that because everything he says kind of does that. Okay. I don't like it. I sure don't like it.
I didn't notice it really that much just because the movie is just kind of goofy and doesn't really take itself seriously. So it didn't seem crazy out of place to me.
Oh no, like it's not like he drags down the movie, but in a goofy movie, I do feel like he jumped off the screen for being worse.
I agree with that. I also felt that.
It almost feels like he's the over-exaggerated parts of Charlie Sheen. He's kind of got that going for him. Anyway, whatever.
that vibe.
Really, who doesn't like him though in
Breakfast Club?
Breakfast Club?
I got your back.
Love
Don't
it.
worry.
Good movie. Sorry,
Good movie.
You know.
The
Great
last note
action.
I have is just comment when they stage dive at the very end on that concert. That's like 3 stories up.
They're not getting caught at all.
Well, they're gonna hurt the shit out. They're gonna break everyone's arms and wrists below them. Like on top of the like riot, the hostage, all that shit. Then they're gonna have lawsuits for the people they actually crush and maybe killed. Can't fall that far on top of people. You're gonna kill them.
I saw a stage dive that was probably 20 feet in the air though once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
a balcony.
Well, he was like balcony height, but he climbed up on all the what do they call it? The
The
speakers,
rafters and the
Scaffold.
yeah, and as he jumped on him, the whole crowd went down, absorbing his jump. Like everybody, like
I bet
it was
really
not
sucked.
cool. I bet he hurt himself and someone.
Yeah,
he
bruised
definitely hurt
kidney,
himself.
something.
Should we move it on to recasting?
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
sure.
Recasting. Recasting. Let's start a little lower. Did anyone do Marshall Bell, the cop outside who's having marital problems?
No.
This is a throwaway because he can be really stern and also funny, and I do him all the time. But Michael Shannon, I think this would be perfect for him, showing a little bit of his funnier side. I'll get off that one quick. Did anyone do Doug? He's the guy in the vents. He's Kramer from Seinfeld.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did, and it's Mark. I'll let you go first. Mine's not great, but it's the only person I
I
thought
like
of.
mine because I think it could be kind of goofy and physical. I did Joe Lo Truglio. Give me everything you got. Give me everything you got. Everything you got.
He's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's also from Superbad. He's the guy that hits him with the car.
Role
I like
models,
that.
yeah.
I did Keegan
Maybe he's not
Michael
in role
Key.
Ooh,
Just physical
damn.
humor.
That one's good.
I think he'd be pretty good at it. Thank you.
I went way too hard in the paint and just went Jim Carrey. Just let him wiggle around and do anything he wants.
It'd be hilarious. Yeah, it'd be right in the pocket of him being Jim Carrey. So that works great. Who did you guys do for Kayla, the girlfriend?
I'll go quick. I did Julie Bowen.
Okay.
Who's Julie Bowen? She's the mom
Happy
from
Gilmore.
Modern...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yep.
cool.
Later with Adam Sandler crew. That's why I like that. I did Christina Applegate. It's 100% looks alike.
I did the exact same thing. It's pretty much Married with Children to me.
That's an unverified casting. What if too? So.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
I mean, that makes sense. She should have gotten that role.
Who'd you guys do for O'Malley, the main cop outside, listening to demands?
Danny Glover.
Winston. Okay, that works great for me. I did Reginald Van Johnson. We did him before. I mean, he's from Die Hard.
I did a real weird... I did Forrest Whitaker.
I've done it before, and you actually gave me a pass, so I'm going to give you a pass.
I like him, and it's... I don't know. That's what I did.
Yeah, I can see it.
Damn.
Well, it's kind of
cold.
It's kind of a fun role, and younger him was kind of more fun.
Yeah,
That
I'm
kinda
thinking
works.
like in the arm... not in the army now. Jesus Christ. Good Morning Vietnam, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, that's the vibe I thought you were going for, and that could work for me.
All right, thank you very much.
Who'd you do for Jimmy Wing? That would be the Wreck-It executive.
That's the one I
That
didn't
is-
have. I don't know why I didn't. do
Okay.
him.
Hear me out, but I think it's because I just watched American Psycho, but I did Christian Bale and him doing his character from American Psycho. Because I feel like that's what Judd Nelson's doing.
That's good. He make the role serious and good, right?
And also uncomfortable. I think it'd be the exact same, to be honest.
Nothing would change.
Uninspiredly, I went Charlie Sheen because I think they're similar.
Okay. I'll just give you a throwaway to fill in Mark's. Rob Lowe from Wayne's World, just to get that vibe going.
I didn't say this in our questions comments, but there is a lot of like similarities to Wayne's World in this movie. They must have pulled inspiration for it, but I like it, and it just made me want to watch Wayne's World, but I like this movie still.
I get your vibe. I mean, it's the 90s hair metal. It's the same time, same vibe.
Here's another throwaway comment. I'm never going to dress like that, but I would like to have long hair, leather jacket, and ripped jeans. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen for me.
Hey, you can get a wig. I mean,
I'd want it to be authentic.
You can play dress up. You can cosplay.
Yeah, but nobody wants to cosplay. Shout out if you cosplay, but I'm not.
A lot of people want to cosplay.
That's true. Okay.
Just wait for Halloween so you can really, dive in.
I'd want to do it method actor, though. I'd want to grow my hair out for it, and that's just not going to happen.
That's fair. Who'd you guys have for Milo, the radio station manager?
I got to find
I like mine. It's him nowadays, Stanley Tucci.
Ooh, that one's good. Damn, that's better.
He also does a lot of ponytail work, so I feel like that one's perfect. I feel like he could do a lot of Michael McKean roles where he plays a bit of a dick.
John Turturro.
Okay, I like that too.
I got John Turturro.
Big Lebowski.
Rounders.
Can't think of anything else. Rounders.
I got John Turturro later in this cast.
Really?
Weird. Yeah, it's not there though,
Nice.
but yours is actually better. I went John Lovitz. Thought it would be perfect.
Okay.
I love it so much.
I like
We
that
don't
one.
get him don't get him in enough, so I love it.
Sleazy,
You love the love.
backstabby. Let him roll. Let it rip. I take the ponytail with him too.
I love it too. Who'd you have for Ian, the DJ? I love mine because it's a man of many voices. It's Hank Azaria.
That's good.
Mine also is
And
kind of
he
a
seems-
voice guy.
He seems cool, like not to shit on Joe Montana, but he seems kind of cooler too. I don't know, of a radio DJ.
I think he seems equally as cool as Joe Montana. maybe
Okay,
maybe
fair enough.
less, actually.
Fair. Okay. Cool.
Sorry, I just no burn to Hank Azaria. Oh wait. I was actually, you said Hank Azaria. I heard Harry Shearer.
That's who mine
no.
is. I did Harry Shearer.
Oh, okay, nice. I like
Funny
both
enough
of them
that-
now.
Funny enough, I thought about putting Harry Shearer there, but I was like, who's someone who's a little younger, who's more attractive, and like who could be a cool DJ?
Hank Azaria, yeah, that's better. Harry Shearer, I'm actually throwing shade to Mark's recasting. Harry Shearer isn't as cool as Joe Montana.
He's not as cool, but he does have the voice, and I like it. And he's funny.
I went Philip Seymour Hoffman from Almost Famous. That's exactly
like
that
that.
role.
I like that.
Honestly, I thought about that, but I've done him a bunch recently.
Oh, I
so
do him
just
way
can't.
too much, but I think he's super versatile and a great actor. R.I.P.
Let's move on to the main three. Who'd you have as Rex? That would be the Steve Buscemi one.
I'll go first. You heard it earlier. This is where I put John Turturro.
Okay, cool. I thought he was going to be your Ian just because it kind of looks alike a little bit.
Sure, but no, just John Turturro.
Mark, who do you got?
Wait, which one's Rex? That's Buscemi, right?
Yeah.
that's my
Sandler
John
crew,
Turturro.
David Spade.
Oh,
Okay.
I definitely thought of that.
I thought about him somewhere. I think I would put him somewhere else, but I don't have him. I did Danny McBride because I do him all the time.
Ooh, I like a McBride.
Kind of the crazier one that's a little more like, put your hands up, everybody,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
a little less, who doesn't think it through as much.
I actually think you're winning this big time.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
I
pulling
feel
away.
really
He's
good.
pulling away.
Honestly, I feel great this
He's
week.
pulling away.
That's good.
Who'd you have as Pip? That's where I would have put my David Spade. But I have Paul Rudd there.
I like that. That's good. Kind of like your
The
cute,
aloof,
silly...
good-looking one. I'd keep him as not Dazed and Confused, as a Wet Hot American Summer Paul Rudd kind of vibe.
That's where I put my Jim Carrey. I don't know why.
Okay.
Actually, that's where I did put David Spade. I wanted to kind of stay in that. I don't know. It changes the character, but I like him as it. He can be quiet and weird.
Yeah, still kind of like a meek, quiet one. That could kind of work. It's just not as much as the heartthrob vibe anymore.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly, but thanks for listening.
No
David
offense.
Spade.
No offense to David Spade. Who'd you have as Chazz, the main guy? The Fraser. I'll go first. Jason Segel.
Ooh, damn! I should have gone
He
first.
Right?
just won.
Right? That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Actually,
I went
perfect.
chalk. I went chalk.
What'd you do?
Imagine a long-haired seagull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right?
totally can, and I can imagine
man,
him in
that's
this
good.
movie.
Imagine him riding a motorcycle, though. Awkward also.
No,
Still
it would
seems
look
weird.
identical. So
Yeah, still seems
goofy.
odd.
God damn it! I feel stupid.
Damn
I
it.
should have just.
Damn it.
I put-
Now I'm changing mine because
I'm still gonna say mine, and I think that they're similar talent level actors. It's just one's way, way more attractive. I think Brad Pitt. This is a perfect role for him
Okay. That's a step up for sure.
in the looks department. But like character actors, Brad Pitt plays Goofy pretty well.
He does a good silly. You're right.
Say before, I mean, in 1994, Brad Pitt was not a megastar famous guy yet, he could have been really good in this role. Not as good as Jason Segel.
And I'll give him like his burn after reading or silliness in there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mark, who is yours? Did you go? Sorry.
Fucking last. Matthew Lillard.
Okay. I could be cool with that.
I got Matthew Lillard recast. We didn't get to him, but that was my David Arquette role.
Oh, the Carter?
Lillard.
I totally forgot about David Arquette. That'd be a great David Arquette role right there.
I wanted to keep it in the Scream Well house. Who'd you do?
Weasley Ed Norton.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
I thought about Ed Norton. He was in my...
Jamie Kennedy, just to keep it kind of on par.
Is that it?
That's the cast. Which means
I did Kyle Gass's Wilson. Farley.
Oh, I forgot about that role too. That'd be a nice cameo.
Kyle Gass, shout out.
I think that we're going to move it on. We're going to bring back an oldie but a goodie. We're going to do The Holy Trinity. Welcome back, everybody, to The Holy Trinity. It's been a long time, but we're going to do a little switcheroo on Mount Rushmore this week. The Holy Trinity, we do 3 character actors, and this week it's going to be Keanu Reeves, Andy Dick, and Nicolas Cage, the Rage Cage himself. Mark, let's kick it off with you. Who did you do for Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage. I went out of the big 3, the main 3. I went Milo.
Okay. So he's going to be the
radio station head. Yeah,
I could see that. He's going to, I mean, you got your hots and colds with him, so, you know.
He could be a dick.
Jordan?
He's just my Chazz. You got to let him grip it and rip it. Do what you want with it.
He's your Chazz.
Oh, big time. Big time, yeah. I want to see him get in a fight with his girlfriend. I want to see him wear a weird wig. I want to see him on a motorbike.
I think I have something better for you.
Motorbike.
He's Rex. Imagine him as be like, get your hands up, as being like the guy with the gun, and also imagine him be like, we got all kinds of beer in here, man. It's a party. Imagine him being Rex.
Yeah,
I can.
Good. I can see it. It might be fun to have him as a.
We all went 3 long-haired characters, so we definitely want to see him with long hair.
I could also see him as Chris Farley's role.
Oh, and I was going to say I could see him maybe as the record exec and just like being a smooth talker with short hair.
It might be even fun to see him as a Michael Richards role in a band.
Okay, we're going through the whole movie. Let's move on. Where's Andy Dick, Mark? Where'd you put your dick?
My dick is the disc jockey, Ian.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
So a goofy, wacky disc jockey.
Yeah, wacky disc jockey, does voices, does sound effects.
Okay, I did Pip, just the aloof, kind of quiet one. But what movie is he just really space-eyed in? Well, kind of in the Army now. It's kind of his character from that.
Michael McKean's role. I think he'd be real swarmy, be real smug, and like, you know, the self-preservance type of it, trying to get on the rafts with women and children, if you will.
Okay. I'll tell you this. Keanu Reeves, hands down, that's Chazz. That's where your star
That's
is.
where I put Chazz.
He's a heartthrob. He's a little dumb, but you're rooting for him. That's Keanu Reeves.
That's the easy choice. But I'm saying young.
I think you mean the right one.
Okay. Yeah, of course. He would be a great Chazz. Right?
We're just a band.
Just a band. God, he'd be so good. We just want to get our record on the radio. I can't do it. What am I doing here?
Where'd you put him?
He's your Pip. You take him from Parenthood, you shave his hair, you keep it long, silent, dreamy Pip.
That works for me. That's right.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
Chazz he would do. That's right.
Mark,
And,
where's your Keanu?
That's I'm with you on the Chazzy. I said it with you.
Lead character, man. That totally makes sense. Jordan, I get what you're throwing out there, but mine's better.
Cameron won recasting, Mark and you guys did it, and that's it. It felt good to do the Trinity. I haven't done it for a while. It was nice to dust it off.
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Holy Trinity making its way back as well. If you did, make sure you email us with maybe some other character actors you'd like to see in the big 3. Thanks for listening to our take on Airheads. If you like what you heard, make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And we are just a small grassroots podcast, so if you'd like to help, you can go to patreon.com and search Cult Classics Pod to subscribe for exclusive episodes and premium content.
If you like our banter but hate our takes on movie, check out Urban Hermit. That could be right up your alley.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll check you next week.
Bye.
Bye.